Wewe usonge hapo. Sawa, sawa. Sawa. Ke bata. Buta. Buta kabisa tutafanya kesho. Tumwache sasa. Tumwache na kama mwache na huyu. Mwache kabisa sisi tuingie. Twende kabisa Twende kabisa.
Tuone kwa chali slow down. Now we are now in our right. Namukuja pole pole. Daraja.
An anvil that will take Africa towards sustainable prosperity. Now, young people, our young people, go ye to the world and conquer. Africa awaits your input to drive the climate change revolution that will propel us to green growth and low carbon development pathway. Safe travels to those who will have to return home before the main summit. The rest of you who are here for the balance of the summit, let us keep the fire burning. Let us keep the learning through the week as we help the rest of Africa churn out more climate change related solutions. Thank you very much. And with those few remarks, Your Excellency, I want to invite Elizabeth, together with her team, to come forward in preparation to hand over the declaration to His Excellency the President. And then we will get into the next session.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Hamjambo. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. None of us ever knew how this was going to end up in the end. And I think all this work has been made possible by the Secretariat, that I would like to acknowledge and request them to kindly step forward. They're sitting right there. Let's kindly appreciate them. Let's kindly appreciate them. This team has had sleepless nights trying to organize and make sure that they get youth delegates as well from outside Kenya to come to this assembly. They have put all their time, their resources, and their motivation and energy to put this assembly together. It has not been an easy journey. The team has been working together to make sure that this is pulled in the same way. And Your Excellency, I must say, one of the greatest things that inspired this assembly was the fact that when the Africa Climate to bring the heads of states to Kenya and to also put Africa together behind one agenda. And I think for us, that leadership of making sure that we unify voices, put them together and make sure that we speak as one is what has inspired this team to put this assembly together. And the other thing that inspired this assembly is because we all know we have had the component of fragmentation where we are not really existing in a unified system, and this is pretty much because of the existing system right now, and which is why part of the key components of the declaration is about how young people across the African continent can be systematically embedded, not watching from the sidelines, not only being conference attendees, but sitting at the table, being able to inform decisions. And I think this has been an exemplary example that young people can self-organize, self-mobilize, and make the change happen. Let's appreciate this team once again. I want them to now do the handing over of the declaration, and I want to invite the CS once again, and she will just give a brief overview of the same, and then the team will step forward, and she'll also guide us how the declaration will be handed over before we go to the Q&A. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, from my reading of the Youth Declaration, some of the highlights that they are putting across in terms of proposals is calling on stakeholders to establish the Assembly as the principal forum for consolidating and coordinating youth engagement in climate governance in the continent and beyond. Number 2 is for stakeholders to accelerate the establishment of a global green bank and ensure that the African youth, African children, as well as their interests are well represented in the bank. Number 3 is for stakeholders to lobby for the establishment of a United Nations Youth Office in line with the UN General Assembly resolution, and that the Youth Office be domiciled in Africa, given that a majority of young people in the world live in Africa. And number 4, for stakeholders to institutionalize youth participation in climate-related decision-making, both at continental and national forum, to facilitate youth contribution to the continental climate change action agenda. Your Excellency, that is what some of the issues that the youth are fronting for us to carry forward for them. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, to be upstanding and receive the declaration from the young people.
Your Excellency, sir, if you don't mind, if you can just stand in the middle and we take a group picture with them. Rare moments these are. Feel free to get a little bit closer so that you're able to fit into the frame.